So what is word processing? Yes, if anyone asks what is word processing, so what will be your answer then? Creating letters, invitations, or compiling a book, all these comes under word processing, right? So every day now we are using word processing in everywhere. Now for that, there are a lot of software available. Now, one of the things that we are going to do is Microsoft Word. The Microsoft means American company. So they developed this word processing software called Word, and that is one of the things popular. But there are many other software as well. For example, OpenOffice, right? And then we have Pages in Mac. So these are like different types of software available. So if you look at this, you can do a lot of things according to the book. You will see you can create letters, reports, invitations, certificates. There are many things you can do. Early days, we are manually, you use your hand to write letters, invitations, everything manually. But now everything is automated, so you can nicely print it out with colors, of course. So it's very elegant nowadays to use a word processing software. Right. Now, if you ask me like why we need a word processing software, so it's easy to create compared to manual, easy to change, easy to edit. Like you tend to make mistakes, isn't it? So it's easier for us to create, edit, and then you can insert very many things like images, links, graphics, charts. There are a lot of things that you can actually add to a word processing. Then you can easily save. It will not take a lot of space, only less space is needed. Now, for example, a book with 100 pages, maybe you need a couple of kilobytes. If you remember from what we have done earlier to save a character, yes, how many bytes you need. So there are a lot of software available, and Microsoft Office Word is what we use here. That is actually developed by Microsoft in US. And then there are many similar software available. Now, if you take Microsoft Word, it's called commercial and proprietary, right? Can you tell me what do you mean by commercial and proprietary? So Microsoft Office Word is, we call commercial and proprietary. Commercial means you have to pay for it. Say about 10,000 rupees you have to pay for getting original Word installed. And proprietary means you don't know how it is written. Then we have things like OpenOffice Writer. This is completely open source software, free and open source. Free means you don't have to pay for it. Open source means you can see how the program is developed. So there are many others. WordPerfect, developed by a company called Coral. LIX is a LIX project. LibreOffice Writer, again open source software. King Office Writer, Kingsoft. iWorks Pages, this is done by Apple, Macintosh, Apple computers. FrameMaker, Adobe Systems. AbiWord is Source Gear Corporation. So there are many. So sometimes you need to remember some of them, at least three similar piece of software for word processing. Right. But although now we talk about all the previous software you have to install, but with the cloud computing today, you don't have to install some of the softwares. Again, very important this. Now, if you take Google Docs, let me show you. So let me share my screen with the second. Okay. So we have docs.google.com. We call simply Google Doc, where we can create a document. We can create a document, blank document. So you will get a software, right? So for example, I can say, okay, computing, right? You can increase the font size. You can change the font, right? You can increase more. You can bold it. You can change the color, right? Everything is possible. You don't have to install this. What you need is a browser and an internet connection, right? So this is called cloud computing, and this is quite common nowadays. So there are similar such software. Even Microsoft Office offered similar software. So Office 365 is one, and there are some things like Microsoft OneDrive Word. So remember that these are, we call, you don't have to install this word processing. So which means it's easier. You can even, create documents in your mobile, right? And when you take mobile phones, there are similar software only developed aiming for mobile software like Documents to Go, Google Docs, King Office, Polaris Office, and so on, right? But we are going to talk about only two things, right? Commonly used one, that is Word as well as OpenOffice. So if when you open Office Word, the version is 2010. But if you take my computer, I have a different version. Let me show you. My version is Office 365. Yes, let me share my screen, my software. Right, so let me share my screen. Okay, so here you see this is Word to 365, right? So we can go to count and see this is called 365, Microsoft 365. So that's the Word I have. But very similar to the software you have. Interface is sometimes slightly different if you are familiar with, but almost the same. So you will have a blank document, and then you will have what you call cursor or insertion point. So you will see something blinking here. This is called insertion point. Right. The places you can easily look at. Let me share the Word interface first. Okay, so now you will see the whole screen. And let me share the important ones. What are the things very important for you? So let me share first. First of all, insertion point, I told you the blinking cursor. Here you have a blinking cursor. So this is known as a blinking cursor, I told you. Cursor, or we call insertion point. So that's what you will see when you click, right? When you click it here, this is known as cursor insertion point. And this whole document we call blank document. So for example, if you take this, we call a blank document. So this is known as blank document. And then we have tabs. We have a lot of tabs here. We have home tab, insert tab, draw tab, design tab. These are called tabs. So you will get different icons in different tabs. Yes. And then we have different icons here. Yes, different icons. Bold, you already know what a bold means. Italics, underline, strike out, subscript, superscript, and so on. And then you have groups like here, clipboard group, font group, paragraph. Let's go to insert tab. We have pages, tables, illustrations, right? If you go to design, you will get colors, fonts, page color, page borders, layout, margins, orientation, size, columns, references, mailings, review. Yes, we have languages or grammar that we can actually check. And so on, right? Important things now, for example, this blue bar on the top we call title bar, usually displays the document name. And then at the end, you have three buttons. You have close button, resize button, and then minimize. When you resize, when you click resize, it will resize the window, right? And minimize goes to the, yes, minimize goes to the taskbar. Right. So let me go back to the note again. So there are few things you all should know by heart. You have to learn by heart. You have to remember this. Usually in the exam, you will get these icons. You have to decide what are the things you need. Right. So let me share this first. Okay. So first of all, these numbered ones. For example, you can see first one indicate bold. That means you bold the characters. Italics, slanted ones, underlined, ABC, and strike through we call it. Fourth one is subscript, superscript. Then you can actually highlight as well here. Then changing font color is sixth one. Seventh one is alignment. We have different alignment like left align, center line, right align, and justify. And then we have line spacing. So the space between lines we can change. That is 8. 9. We have shading. You can shade, filling the colors. 10. You can put borders. 11 is sorting. 12 is indentation. I will show you this. 13 is numbering. 14 bullets. 15 change case. 16 grow front. and 17 font size, 18 font name. Right. I think let me share this. First of all, let me share this with Word, how we could do this. අපි බලමු පුතේ කොහොමද අපි Word එක මේක කරන්නේ කියන එක. Let me share Word now. Right. Okay, so I'm going to use this document to show you what we could do with Word. I hope you already know this, but let me just make sure that you know this. First of all, bold. I can put, let me put normal font. Let me say, okay, bold. I'm just going to type from the normal text. Let's say, let me say Calibri. Let's say 12 point. Let me in black color, right? So I'm going to type something. So bold, I will remove first, right? So I'm going to say of computing. So this is normal text, right? So let's say I want to bold this. Now for that, we will use the same thing. I'm going to copy, then I'm going to paste it. So I will get the same. So I'm going to paste multiple things. So I'm going to do different things. Right. First of all, bolding. So I put this bold. You will see it's bolded text, right? And then let me increase the size. Okay, now I think it's clear to you. And then next, italics. Let me type italics. Yes. So you select this and make it italics here. So that's how you make italics. First of all, this is a Google Doc. Let me go to Microsoft Word. I think that's where we should head. Right. So I will going from this back. I will go to Word. Okay. Let me share. Okay. Let me change the size of the document as well. Yes. Okay. So I will type something. And then let me copy paste so that I can use the very same thing to show you multiple things. Right. Let me start with first of all bold, which will bold the text. Next one, italics. Yes. Third one, we can underline. Next one, strike through. This is not given in your one, but sometimes we can cross out. That's possible. Then superscript and subscript. Yes, for that I will take two other examples. Then highlight. So this one highlighting. So let me share highlighting. Yes. And then we can change the font color. We can change the font color here. And then we have alignment. Now this is left align. Then if you want to center line, you can click, it will center line. And then you can right align if you want, right align. And then you have justify. Now show justify, you cannot do with one single line. We need some paragraphs. So I will copy paste the same thing again and again, just to show you what justify is. Justify means you will have paragraph like this.